Hey guys, welcome to a special edition What Women Binge.
Surprise!
Surprise, big stuff happened. Okay,
spoiler
alert. Hold on, wait.
love lamp.
Before spoiler alerts, if you haven't yet, go watch The Masked Singer on Fox.
Because
I was on it. But yeah, so if you haven't watched it yet, go watch before we give all the giveaways. I tortured. This has been so much fun because I have tortured Amanda. She has been asking me, first of all, for years if I would do Masked Singer. She didn't know. She watches every week just to see.
I love this show.
No idea that I was going to be on it and just lost her mind when she found out.
It has been like eating me alive. She has not told me. She could not tell me anything.
I couldn't. I was under a major embargo.
Actually obligated to not share anything with me.
It's been she's been stressed because I keep going, maybe I'll be on it, maybe I won't.
Every week I'm like, is this the week? Is it gonna happen?
Maybe,
she's like, I don't know
perhaps.
what you're talking about. And she just looks at me blankly.
So here's how it came about. Okay, let me start with, I wish people had known this before I was revealed because I do not sing. And those of you that don't know this,
Disagree.
I do not sing.
Go watch it.
It is my biggest fear.
Girl, you sang.
I have tried to tackle singing in every sort of way. When I had to do an episode of Sabrina where I had to be a rock star and I chose the song one way or another because I love Blondie and I felt like I could sing that. But I wanted to go record it in a studio because I wouldn't sing it live in front of my crew. But then I had to sing it on stage to lip sync it to my own recording. And because I recorded it, it went on an album. And that album went gold. And so that's a problem for me because now all of a sudden I became a recording artist with a gold album. Strange. And so then I did that, but if you watch me on Sabrina, I think at some point I smashed my face. There's definitely a blooper I'll find. Smashed my face on the microphone because I was so closing my eyes, embarrassed.
That should be a gif.
So, and then I also did one. I did a cover of Octopus's Garden by the Beatles for our Sabrina Down Under movie. So I sang on that too.
But she can't sing, y'all.
No, but but in the recording studio, you can make it better. You can embellish. You can cut and paste good parts together. So they made me sound better than I am.
I think you just aren't listening to yourself.
Well, so here's the other thing. So then my sisters were all on Broadway. Emily and Lizzie can sing, and they did Broadway. And so there were times when I was asked to audition for things and whatnot. But I mean, I did Annie in my school production in middle school, but I only got the role of, I think it's Tessa, who's like, oh my goodness, and only sings ensemble songs. I was never allowed to sing a solo. And so then there were years later, I think it was Beauty and the Beast. My agent came to me and said, hey, they would like you to audition for Beauty and the Beast on Broadway. And I was like, okay, no. Okay, wait, no. Okay, I'll do it. And I auditioned and they were like, no. And then years later, Chicago came about. My manager was like, they want you to do Chicago. And I'm absolutely not. Sing and dance on stage in Broadway for weeks and weeks, months at a time, every night. No, okay, I'll do it. And then he quickly goes, well, you have to audition. And I went, well, that just changes everything. So then I did the auditions in LA. They were like, no. And I was like, let me go to New York and prove to you I can do this. Now all of a sudden I was like gung-ho.
I want it.
I was gung-ho. I'm going to play Roxy Hart. I am going to do this. And I went to New York and I worked with the dance coach and the singing coach. And then I auditioned in front of the producers and they were like, no. So I know legitimately I am not a singer.
Okay, no, you may not be a Broadway singer, but
Definitely not.
You held your own up there.
So
I thought you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
And I was
very
very proud.
And I went.
And I've heard you sing karaoke multiple times now, and you
but
kill
I always
it
pick
every
a
time.
song I can dig into.
Well, and that's what you did on The Masked Singer.
I know. I was actually the song. So when I found out that the theme was space, I was going to go with. I really wanted to sing E.T. by Katy Perry because I thought it's sexy, it's fun, it's sort of strange song anyway. Even though she's got a fantastic voice, I felt like I could kind of talk it more.
Yeah,
and maybe have some fun with it and get a little sexy with it. But then I wasn't allowed to do that song. They couldn't get the rights for whatever reason. They actually played it on the show,
in the episode,
but no one sang it. So I don't know if that was just no one's allowed to sing that song. I don't know what the rules are. But then they were like, we have to find another song for you. Do you want to do any of these other songs? And I kept, Mark and I are in my kitchen playing songs and I'm trying to find, because Mark's a singer. He's trying to help me find a note, a key, a song that is in my range or whatever you say, whatever the techno terms are. So I'm trying to figure out what song I could sing, and I came up with Venus.
I love it.
And I was like, this one I could have some fun. It's 80s, it's campy. I
You
can
did the
do my
screamy part.
Yeah, like
Yes,
I can have
loved
some
it.
fun with that song. So I was like, I guess I'll do this one. And then they told me what my costume was, and I thought, oh, that's very cool and groovy. And
It is so cool.
it's a very
That head is massive,
So,
though.
spoiler alert, I was the lamp. So what's hilarious is like for the few weeks leading up to it and all rehearsals and everything, I was known as Lamp, and no one could call me my name.
Just Lamp.
So I was Lamp, hey Lamp, emails, Zoom calls, everything's Lamp, so that nobody would ever get wind of who I was coming in. I mean, they're very serious about you being
Anonymous.
a secret. So, because it is actually played by real game show rules, almost as strict as like Wheel of Fortune. It's like as strict, if not stricter, than Wheel of Fortune. Like the way that these people protect the rules and the regulations of the game show, which is weird because like nobody's winning money or anything. So I don't understand why it's a game show, but it is a game show.
It's awesome.
So I had to wear, as you guys have probably seen on the show, if you watch the show, I had to wear the Don't Talk to Me sweatshirt. Mm-hmm. They have to put you, before you get out of the car, they put gloves on you. They put this huge,
Like visor.
reflective visor thing.
Did you get to bring that home?
No.
Oh, man.
No, I wouldn't have been able to pack it anyway. It's huge. But you have to cover like all your skin. Your hair has to be tucked away, everything. So no one can get any idea of who you might be. You're not allowed to talk to anyone. You go in your trailer, you do your fitting, and then you go on the stage and you rehearse, and then you're in your costume really on stage. You're really only there like a few days, like 1 or 2 days of rehearsal, and then depends on how long you stay on. So the rules of the show go that if you haven't seen it, you sing one song, then three people each sing one song. Then the audience decides who stays and who goes. After the panel, which is Jenny McCarthy, Robin Thicke, Ken Jeong, and Nicole Scherzinger, they all decide, they try to figure out who you are. Like it's not really part of the game, but they just they throw out suggestions.
They make guesses.
And then after the three people sing, the audience votes and they let one go, which means that they unmask you. So they decide who you are. Then the next two people have to go and do the same exact song, and this is where it gets very difficult, I think.
Face-off, or what did they call it?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale, yeah.
So then you do the Battle Royale, and you sing the same exact song, which is like torture, because if someone else sings it better than you, you just sound like it's apples to apples, not apples to oranges.
Okay. But I think given the situation, like you really can't compare. Everybody's different. Some people are trained singers, some people aren't.
Yeah.
I thought you held your own great.
Thank you.
I was so proud. Logan can tell you, I was watching it and I was just like jumping out of my chair. I was so excited. At the end, I clapped. I was like, that's my best friend.
I don't think I've ever been so nervous, you guys. I usually travel and work without my husband, but this time I was like, you have to come with me. You have to be there with me. Also, because you're a singer, you can help me.
You should have taken me.
Well, you know the thing is about it, though? I think that I was more embarrassed about him, like embarrassing myself in front of him than anyone else. So
if he was supportive, you knew it was okay.
Or like if he already heard it, if he already knew what I was capable of and not capable of, it would take the nerve down for me by like 90%. Because now there's like a few other people I don't want to disappoint, but like as long as he knows it and he's heard it, it just gets that nervous part out. You guys, I wanted to vomit. Like this was like the most nervous, shaking, wanting to piss myself. Like I was just... It was like trying to figure out what to eat. I know. Like I literally was like terrified. So then the costume, well, and Mark said the most lovely thing to me real quick, like about me being so nervous. One day I was like walking away to go rehearse and I said, I'm so nervous. And he said, have fun today. I said, I don't think I can. And he goes, hey, if you don't have fun, what the hell are you doing here? And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. This is like a crazy, like one of the makeup artists said, this is like a crazy clown circus. It is.
Yes.
It's like when am I ever going to wear a costume like that and sing in front of people where no one sees my face? Although at the end they made me sing maskless, which was,
you did great.
I did not know that was coming, as you can tell by my face. But it was, thank you. It was really, really hard, but I had to keep saying like, this is never going to happen again. You get one day, one performance, one song, and you're done. Like, I'm never going to get on stage in that costume and that stage with those people watching and singing that song ever again. I haven't sang that song since. And like,
it's so cool.
It's like a one and done kind of thing. I had to enjoy it, or what was the point?
I'm so glad you did it and that you had fun doing it.
I know.
Out of all the things you've done, and you've done a lot of really cool things in your life, that might be the thing I'm most jealous of.
Really?
Because I just love the idea of it. I love the creativity.
Well, you
behind
love the costumes too.
This is a show that is made for me.
Yeah.
Like I am the viewer.
Well, let me tell you about the costume.
It is.
So that costume, they had the lamp part made, the Tiffany glass piece, which was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes on it kind of sits on your head, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
It sits above your head with a pole down your back.
Oh, to keep it.
All I really wanted to do is like, I can't sing, but I can dance. And I would have some fun up there just being goofy and whatnot, but I have a pole going all the way down my ass crack. So I like have this thing, and then it's a corset around to hold on. So it's wrapped around my waist. It's up my back. It's up my neck. And then I'm not usually claustrophobic, but let me tell you, when you put a balaclava on, like a head face mask, you have to put this whole balaclava on. It has to go up to your chin so no one can see your skin, like up here when they're looking from below.
Mm-hmm.
Audience is below. Then you have earpieces in because you have to hear yourself and the producers and whatnot. I actually had someone kind of my singing coach. Who I don't know if I'm allowed to mention her name, but she and I were friendly when she was young. She's a child star who is an amazing singer, and she was my singing coach. And she would be in my ear, and she would remind me of each lyric because I'm like trying to see where I couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
I couldn't see anything. Then they put these layers in front of my face. I have this balaclava on. I have the earpieces in. I have this thing running down my back, sitting on my head. I have a whole cat suit thing on. I have gloves on. I have a corset over that.
Which I just say that was the awesome outfit. Like so flattering.
The pieces, the hip
so
pieces,
beautiful.
the leg pieces are all attached. Everything had to be like attached. It took me like 30 minutes to get it off and go to the bathroom.
Well, it was awesome.
You
was
are
worth
so
it.
wrapped up in that thing. You cannot get out of it. And you can't see. It's dark in there. You're on a stage. Because I was like, well, there'll be one side of the stage. As long as I just don't go near that side of the stage, I won't fall off the stage.
Oh, no, it's like in the round,
It's a
right?
circle. I got out there. I was like, this is a circle. I'm going to fall on my face.
So did you just stay within like 5 steps of wherever
Yeah,
you were?
I kind of
you
like,
moved
I had
a lot.
to walk out. And if you watch, I have to, there was during rehearsal, I tripped over this one part of the stage where like camera runs around. There's like a divot in the floor. And I tripped in rehearsal, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fall on my face in this thing.
Surely.
Those shoes were high.
You did look tall.
They were painful too. Yeah, I know. Although I think the first thing like Jenny or someone says is, this must be an actress. She's tiny. I was like, yeah.
But I mean, they got you up there next to Nick Cannon, who's not exactly a giant
Yeah.
either. So you looked tall for you, and they picked some random clues
They
for
chose
you.
the clues.
Yeah, I was like, out of all the things, like
what?
I don't know what I was kind of like, and I guess it makes sense because it led to the 90s thing, but like the guys, like
the boys that I've kissed.
yeah, I was like that.
Yeah, they did the boys that I've kissed. They did the
yearbook
steering
was
wheel
good.
from Drive Me Crazy. Yeah, they did the
steering wheel
yearbook
was
from Can't
good.
Hardly Wait, and then they had a cauldron, which was very
so
obvious. And then, but they thought it was Alyssa Milano because of Charmed.
I guess that's true too.
So that was a helpful diversion. And some of those clues are set in there. They know this, that like some of the clues, the judges or panel, they know that some of those clues are set in to divert them.
Oh yeah.
There was a heart in one of the things. There's a heart in one of the pictures.
Well, and the lamp made sense to me because, and you said it at the end that it was an ode to Sabrina.
It was on her nightstand.
Yeah.
It was a Tiffany
I
lamp.
got that as soon as like I realized it was you. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Kind of like this blanket here that you put on this
Yes,
stage, on this
from
set,
Sabrina's
like the
bedroom.
moon and stars. Yeah, that's like it's between that and the lamp. Those were very like tied in pieces of our set for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was. I mean, I have to say the hardest part was not being able to move and not being able to see. I was so scared. It's dark out there. I think they also put hearts on the stage with me, which you might not
cute.
notice unless
No,
you
I didn't
go back
notice.
and watch it again.
I need to go back.
Yeah, there's hearts. Like I think that there's like electric, like light up hearts around. But yeah, I mean, what was interesting too that they cut out of the ending when I was unmasked was that I said like I kind of have a relationship with all of them except for Robin. Because Nick Cannon and I, both Nickelodeon kids, run into each other all the time. He gave me a huge hug when I saw him. Nicole was on Sabrina. Ken plays my husband I play Mrs. Chang in Casa Grandes, an animated cartoon, but I've never met him. But he plays my husband, Mr. Chang, and I'm Mrs. Chang. But I just love that he said,
I know her voice.
It's
She's my wife.
Definitely not her. And then Jenny and I have actually done some photo shoots together. And because Maxim was like my clue that Daphne brought out to when they had to bring the clue package out, they said Maxim, or I spelled out Maxim. And I was like, well, Jenny and I have both been on the Maxim. So we're part of the Maxim family. There's the Nickelodeon family. There's the Casagrandes family. And there's the Sabrina family. But then Rob and I was like, we haven't done anything yet. We need to do something together. But they didn't keep that in. I guess it was, our conversations were too long.
Oh, that's
apparently.
okay. You're easy to talk to.
You think?
I do. Now, my favorite thing, though, was Ken being like, it's not her.
It's definitely
I would
not her.
totally know.
He said I was Michelle Williams. He's like, this is Oscar winner Michelle.
Okay, and no offense to him here, but Michelle Williams is like a Broadway star, musical, theater, like
no, Michelle
phenom.
Williams is a
highly talented.
A-list. I mean, she's like Spielberg's go-to. Like she is like she was just the mom in The Fabelmans. Like she is nominated for an Oscar every year. Like she is no joke A-list celebrity. Like she is not gonna. Yeah, but that's what Ken
if
does.
she wants to do The Masked Singer,
she can
great.
she'll do it, but I don't think she'll do it. Like they would get her, but they would want her, but she would not want to do it. And I think that's what Ken always does is he always picks these like A-list stars. He's always like Reese Witherspoon,
but there's other ones.
George Clooney.
He always gets them wrong, and I actually saw him get one right recently. I was like,
oh, he got one right that episode.
Yeah,
he got Alicia Witt right.
Oh, that's right.
Who gets unmasked right before me.
And what was she on Walking Dead?
So I guess she was in The Walking Dead, and she was also he also knew her from Dune. He knew that she was in Dune.
We should have her on sometime.
Yeah, she lives here. She's a Nashvilleian.
Of course she is, because everybody is.
Everybody is. And she and I have crossed paths a few times. Actually, this is our second game show we've competed against each other in because we were in Jeopardy together as well.
You've done Jeopardy?
I did Jeopardy when I was very young with her and Fred Savage.
Okay, I would be jealous of that one too.
And she's
love
like
Jeopardy.
a little bit of she's supposed to be like what's the word? She's like a little bit of like a genius. Like
Is she?
So me and Fred Savage thought she was going to beat us, but Fred was obsessed with Jeopardy. And when I taught him how to use the button, he finally got it right. And well, I'll tell that story when Alicia comes on. Fred beat us. Let's put it that way. Fred beat us.
I'm not sure that I would win at Jeopardy, but I love Jeopardy.
Apparently, the only thing I could play is Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I did win on Family Feud too.
Take me with you.
I
want to go and do all of these things.
Bad on my game shows.
I love game shows.
But growing up on Nickelodeon, like I didn't win at Double Dare. I didn't win at something. There's some other one, Guts or something. I didn't win at that. I didn't win at any of these game shows. I didn't win Jeopardy.
You didn't get a piece of the aggro crag?
No, I don't think so. But then I think I was on Wheel of Fortune one other time, although they couldn't find any evidence of it when I was there. But I swear I've been there before and spun that wheel and lost. But then I did Family Feud a few years ago and with my family and totally killed it. That was awesome. That just shifted the tides for me because me and my family practiced. We practiced Family Feud because it is a mindset. You have to get into the right mode for a game show like that.
Who did you take to Family Feud?
So it was my mom, my sister Emily, my sister Trisha, who was pregnant, and then my sister's husband, Josue.
Okay.
We tried to get my brother to do it, or my husband, or any of the husbands, but only Josue would do it. And he's a Harvard kid. We were like, yeah, you can come.
You'll be fine.
You can come. Although he had one of the most ridiculous answers ever. It was something like, if, and Family Feud is just weird. Like, right, they survey people. So they survey people and they ask them questions. They ask them, what would you bring if you were, on a tropical island or something, right? And then you have to figure out what the most amount of people would say if you asked 100 people.
Sunscreen or
yeah. And so the one question we had that was so bizarre was like, if a hitchhiker had this, you wouldn't pick them up. You wouldn't pick up a hitchhiker if they were carrying this. And I thought gun and knife were very obvious. So I thought of, I forget what I came up with, but I came up with something that I was like, I'll say this so I can leave those for them later on when it gets more difficult because I had thought of another thing. So I said the first thing. And then I gets to my brother-in-law and he says something like, a stick with the bandana, or he said something like, a stick with a bandana tied to it, like, carrying it over your shoulder. And we were like, what? I was like, what do you say? And then they had to go to the judges to decide what the answer would be. And they said, because he said stick first, we had to say stick. And stick was up there. So we ended up going to the final.
Well, way to go, Josue.
It went, Jose. But nobody, I don't think anyone said gun. I'm like, this is an easy thing to say. If somebody's
carrying a gun, you're not stopping.
Yeah. So we did that, and then we went to the final feud, whatever it's called, where like you get asked 10 questions and then someone else gets asked the same 10 questions.
Oh, that's my favorite.
So I did the first round, and my sister had to do the second. And you know that when they said state that starts with T was one of them, and I said Tennessee, and look where I live now. What? It's like premonition.
There you go.
Maybe I said Texas. I'm not sure which one I said. There's only two.
You
There's
saw
only
the
two,
future.
Definitely Tennessee was said.
I have to know about so the costume. Did you know ahead of time that you were going to be the lamp before you got there?
They did a little Zoom call with me where they presented me with like the song, and I met the musical team, and we talked about that. And then I talked to the costume designer, Tim, who then talked to me about what they had been saving that costume for somebody this season. So I think they have these things built. They're kind of complicated. So I
would
have them
imagine it
sort
takes
of
some time.
built. Yeah, I think the mask part they have built, and then they build the costumes.
Okay.
So the mask part was built, and they had been saving this all season. This was one of the ones that they wanted to do this season 9. And so Lamp was something that they really wanted to do. So so that's my new nickname is Lamp.
So
now.
what was it made out? Like the head made out of? Was
It
it
was-
plastic?
Yeah, it was sort of like a melted plasticky. It was heavy. But it wasn't metal. I don't think there was any metal in it.
I was watching it last night just in awe of
It's
like
thick. It
how
was
they did
very
it.
thick. It was like a thick plastic. And I don't know what they do with them now. Maybe they send them to other countries to do their versions of Masked Singer, but or sometimes on the stage they put them up in the
Yeah,
back.
I've seen them in the background.
Yeah. So I think the bottom was supposed to be a skirt, but it became pants. I think they have to do pants because everyone has to walk, and you just don't want to be tripping. I mean,
Well-
everything you're doing is trying not to die.
And I assume they made that suit to fit you.
Yeah, we had to do a lot of things. Like, it was way too big on me numerous times. And the gloves were part of the bodysuit. So when you put the bodysuit on, your gloves were on. I was like, guys, I need to be able to because I'm sitting backstage for a while. Like, I need to be able to use my cell phone. I need to be able to use the bathroom. I need to be able to eat
Can
or
they
wash
not
my
cut
hands.
the fingertip out?
Well, so we cut the wrists off, but the thing is they're worried about the gap. So they had to do a finger thing over the glove. Yeah, it was like a whole, I mean, when I say claustrophobic, like the gloves were on, then the sleeve goes over that, then the shoe goes in with the thing over that, and then the uniform goes on with the corset over that after the back piece is attached.
That corset was so
And I had to have a
beautiful.
microphone on and the inner ears. So I have like a battery pack and I have wires all like, it was a lot.
I love my bra.
I know you do.
I really love
You're
this
like
bra.
madly in love with your bra.
I've never loved a bra.
Who
like
makes
I
your
love this
bra, Amanda?
Skims makes this bra.
Skims. I love Skims. I am kind of new to the Skims thing. There was a lot of hype. And I was like, all right,
I
let
know.
me try it out. But I have to say, it's game changing.
It's the Fits Everybody collection. And I'm telling you, it really does fit everyone. The last time I bought string bikini underpants was like way pre-babies. But I'm telling you, any style of underwear you want to wear, they offer it, and it's buttery soft. It's going to fit your body. It's not going to be like cutting into you.
It's stretchy, right? It's
It's not
stretchy and
riding
soft and just melts into your body.
It's so good. And the bras, y'all, go buy the bras.
The girls are looking perky.
I'm literally defying gravity.
Skims is a solution-oriented brand creating the next generation of underwear, loungewear, and shapewear for everybody.
Everybody. And believe the hype when we tell you, this collection has over 90,000 5-star reviews, and it's for a reason.
Yeah, the Fits Everybody collection of underwear are lightweight, form-fitting essentials. The buttery soft fabric molds to your body, stretches to twice its size.
It's really incredible. From sizes extra, extra small all the way up to 4X. And they're offered in 9 different colorways. So you're guaranteed to be able to match your skin tone or get any of the limited edition seasonal colors that you want.
They also don't just have underwear and bras. They also offer dresses and t-shirts and bodysuits.
Everything to make you feel buttery soft all the time.
Yeah, Skims fits everybody, and more best-selling essentials are available right now at skims.com.
Plus, you get free shipping on orders over $75. And it's all at skims.com right now.
That's skims.com. And thank you, Skims, for sponsoring our podcast.
So you sat backstage. How long did you have to sit backstage waiting?
You sit in like a pipe and drape, like a draped in area. They get you ready pretty quick. I mean, but it took about 30 minutes to get dressed and about 20 minutes to take it off. So it was not the easiest thing in the world to wear. And like I said, I have never been so claustrophobic. Like I was at one point during rehearsal when I first put the entire thing on, I kind of was like, because like the balaclava is cutting in on your neck, but you're trying to sing and you have to hold the microphone here. So you can only use this hand.
Are you singing live?
Yes. And some people have little microphones inside their mask.
Oh,
but part of the
that would
game
make
show part
sense.
is that they have to sing. You have to sing live.
Yeah.
And so I have this microphone. I was like, can I please have the piece? Because I have this huge hood over my face.
Right.
Like mine was like dangling down, and it's like
I think you had the mic though, right?
I did. I had to have it, and they kept saying closer to your mouth, closer to your mouth. But I have like sparkly little pieces
Drapes,
of fabric
yeah.
inside, plus like a veil, plus those things to distract so you couldn't see my face, and then the balaclava all the way around, and then And then the thing
You're like,
on my
I'm
head,
just doing good to move my mouth right now.
my gosh, you guys, because I was like, I'm going to dance. Even if I can't sing, I'm going to get.
But you did. You moved a lot.
But the one who beat me, UFO, she gets down and dirty, right? She's like high-fiving people in the audience.
Her costume looked a lot more flexible than yours.
She's moving all around. She was great in those heels. I can't move in the heels. Like, I was like, damn, she's like high-fiving people in the audience and like.
You're like, if I bend over, my whole head's going.
She's like,
I'm
she's
top
doing
heavy.
high kicks and stuff. Yeah, and I was just like trying not to die.
Yeah. But you did incredible. I loved it. And when you looked so pretty and glowy when they took your
Well, I was
head
lucky.
off.
I'm one of the ones that they had, because of the bar down my back, I got to kind of go backstage and take it off. So I got to do a little makeup.
Ah.
I know.
So
I
you
wasn't
didn't
one of
look
the
all
sweaty,
like sweaty
scraggly
and,
ones. Yeah.
Well, you looked amazing. And oh my gosh, when they finally revealed and everybody was so excited to see you, I was just sitting there like giddy, and I felt like you answered all the questions so well. And then when they had you sing live, oh my gosh, I almost got emotional.
I was making. That's why I had to wear a mask.
Yes, but when you started, you almost got emotional at one point, and Logan's like, "Oh my gosh, is she gonna cry?" And I was like, "I'm gonna cry." Because I'm just so proud.
It was so fun. It was really fun. I really did enjoy the experience because Dancing with the Stars, as I've said on here before, I didn't really enjoy the experience because it wasn't as much dancing as I thought it would be. It was more production moments. It was more survival. It was more trying to get along with your partner and other people. And it just felt it just wasn't the experience I wanted. And I thought I went there with the intention of having fun, and then I didn't have fun. So this one I was like, and this is only a few days. Don't get me wrong. This was a few days. Dancing with the Stars is 5 weeks of rehearsal with 10 weeks of shooting. So that's
a long time.
That's a commitment. This was like a few days, have some fun, wear a silly costume or beautiful costume.
It really was beautiful.
Sing a song and go home. Like when I had to go on to the Battle Royale, I was like, oh, damn it. I have never wished to be voted off something or lose so badly.
Why?
Because I was like, I don't want to. This was during my ski vacation.
Oh.
And I was like, if I go on another episode, I have to, like, a vacation that I've planned with my family for 5 months is going to get destroyed because I sang too well. But I also just didn't want to have to learn another song and have to go through it again.
Well, it was still great.
It was terrifying. But Rocket Man was such a hard song. What a hard song. So I sang Venus first. In the Battle Royale, I sang Rocket Man. And that is not a song anyone but Elton John should sing. Although UFO did a pretty good job of it, I do have to say.
You did a great job of it.
That is not a song that I should be singing or anyone that might not have a melodic bone in their body. I mean, I think I have, what I've learned from this experience is I have a good tone, but I don't know how, like, I don't have the ability to, like, make it musical.
Well, I don't know anything about music, but I think you did an excellent job.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you know it was me? Did it sound like me?
Yes. Now,
was it more my shape of my body that gave me away, or was it my voice?
It was your voice. I mean, I know what you look like, but most people aren't seeing you every day to know, like, that's the shape of her body.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, like, for me, I guess if I was looking for that, that would have been a giveaway. But honestly, no, because if I were going back and comparing costumes throughout the season of people that I would have thought you could have been, I would have picked others based on body shape alone. So no, I don't think so. I think your voice, especially when you did Rocket Man, like when you did Venus, I wouldn't have said, oh, it's a dead giveaway. That's totally her.
Yeah.
But Rocket Man, you sounded more like you, or at least.
Because I tried to sing it like, I tried to speak it a little bit because that's the problem with it. My vocal coach was trying to help me make it more musical, like bring the notes up and down and stuff, which you don't really have to do in Venus.
Right.
So having to do that was a trick for me. Actually, the tip she gave me that really helped, but I don't think I really applied it on the day, as we say in the business, on the day. I don't think I applied it, was to make it like a Broadway version of Rocket Man.
Oh,
when I did that in rehearsal, it really helped because I was like, oh, Rocket Man, like then I was like, oh, okay, I can do that.
See,
but
she can sing.
No, that was so not even the right note. But when I got on the stage and I was just standing up there with someone who I thought could be a singer, is possibly a trained singer because she knows how to hit those notes, and she had a whole like a
she had
Mariah
arranged
Carey
it for
run
herself.
going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that right there is a singer, a trained singer, someone who knows how to use their voice. And I'm like sitting here trying to, how do you do the Broadway version again? Like it wasn't in my head because my vocal coach wasn't there to coach me through it. So I'm like, ugh. But I did have someone in my ear like going, I had the choreographer in my ear going, 1, 2, 3, turn, hip roll, and go. And then in the other ear, I have my vocal coach when I was doing Venus, not Rocket Man, cueing me.
And go.
She'd be like, and Venus was her name. And I'd sing it. Venus was her name. And she'd go, wow. Like, so, because I was so afraid that I would get, and during rehearsals a few times I got lost. Which way am I facing? Because I can't see anything.
Right.
I don't know which way I'm facing. I don't know if I've turned, like, and you're trying so hard to think about the voice and the movements and don't fall. And then you're like, did I already, and that song is so repetitive. I was like, did I already say that part? Did I already am I at the end? Wait, did I turn? I can't remember. So, when I was going through the rehearsals, I was getting so like flabbergasted with all that we decided that they would cue me into the moves. They would cue me into the song. So I would like know where to go with it.
That's good.
That was helpful because some people there is a teleprompter. And so some people can read their lyrics up on the teleprompter. If you can see. Literally, my sight of vision was like from just below my nose to like just above my lips. Like that's about, the
like
window was like maybe an inch of what I could see. And that was just to keep me safe on the floor to make sure I didn't fall off the stage. Like, that's all I could see.
So you couldn't even see, like, did Mark to be in the audience to watch?
No. I don't think they really allow people in the audience because then they'll give it away who's there.
Oh.
But Mark wasn't there when I actually recorded it. He was only there for rehearsal. And
okay.
he wasn't there he never went to the stage with me. And he would have had to wear a Don't Talk to Me shirt. Actually, I gave him my Don't Talk to Me shirt because
it suits him.
It suits Mark. If you guys know the Sausage King, Don't Talk to Me is so proper for him.
Sausage King. Yeah, that's
and
really
if you don't,
fun.
go back and listen to that episode.
When you did rehearsals, did you get to practice in front of like a mirror so you could see what you looked like?
No.
So you had no idea?
I had no idea.
Like when you move your body, anything?
Someone did a little video from the side of the stage of like one of my rehearsals when I was partly made up. I didn't have the mask on. I had my visor on and the costume. But man, if I could go back, the only thing I would change is I'd do shoes where I could move better. So at least I can move my lower body better.
Like a wedge.
I did some hip roll turns, but they're not really in the video, I think. They didn't really make it on camera. But yeah, the whole thing was just very stiff and uncomfortable. And I like to move.
You didn't look uncomfortable though.
No?
No.
All I was doing was trying to move my hands as much as I could. I mean, I had to hold this one up.
I was just
so I'm doing this.
So when you let out that first wow, I was shocked. I did not expect that coming out of you.
See, and I heard it and I was like, oh, I should have held that longer.
No, it was so good. And so that, at first I was like, okay, she can do this. She's got this. I was nervous for you knowing that you were nervous. But then
this is like.
You owned it. You didn't act nervous at all.
I mean, I was probably just as nervous for the first episode of Dancing with the Stars, but not quite the same way. Like in that way, I was just nervous that I was going to fall on my face or forget the dance moves. In this way, I was like putting myself in a possibly embarrassing situation. And actually, some of my family members, when they found out that I did it, they were like, you did what? Why would you do that to yourself? Do you know how much hate you're going to get for not being a good singer? I'm like, I know, but I really wanted to. And
you're not going to get hate. People, I mean, okay, no matter what you put out in the world, you're going to get hate.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be some troll somewhere who's going to have something to say. We care nothing about those opinions.
Yeah.
And you killed it. You have nothing to be nervous about. Like you got out there, you did a great performance.
Well, and I just was feeling like all my peers have been on this, right? Like Joey Lawrence has been on it, Chris Kirkpatrick, all my friends. Like
I need all of your people to do it now.
All been on it. I was like, I need to do. Like when they asked, I was like, well, yeah. Why didn't you ask me before? It's season 9. I always do season 9 of Dance with the Stars. Season 9 of this.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, isn't that weird? And I was like, I'm not really known from. But see, some people trying to make careers off this. I've heard of some people going on Masked Singer and saying, well, I have an album coming out now, or I'm going to do a country album, or I'm going to,
we don't need to expect an album out of you.
No, I think a lot of like athletes and stuff get on the show thinking they're going to be.
Though you are a gold recording artist now.
I do have a gold album hanging on my wall from Sabrina.
So
well, and didn't Haley Arentia tell us that she did it?
I think she's done it. I forgot what she was. It was last season, I think.
Joey Lawrence was on last season. Chris Kirkpatrick, he was the hummingbird, I think.
But Joey Fatone was the bunny.
He was?
Yeah.
One of the wrestlers was the bride, the big dragon bride.
Oh, and in this season, you had another wrestler, Alexa Bliss. She was the axolotl.
Oh, and the very first person on Mask this season was Dick Van Dyke. I was like, holy crap.
I know.
98 years old and standing on, I mean, that's why I think he had a costume with a stool.
He was stationary, yeah.
Yeah, I think he just sat on the stool inside and they built the costume around him. So he just kind of stepped into it and stepped out.
Really cool.
So Amanda, you know when you're sick and you're like trying to find what these symptoms mean and you stumble down a big old TikTok rabbit hole full of questionable advice from so-called experts?
Yeah, let me just tell you, having just had the flu, there were many suggested remedies on the old TikToks.
Or like your group chat or whatever, right? Everybody like tries to tell you what you got, what's going wrong, what you should do. But you need to hear it from trusted professionals, not just random people on the internet.
Yeah, that's why I'm very grateful for ZocDoc. They help you find expert doctors and medical professionals that specialize in the care that you need and deliver the type of experience that you want.
ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed. They take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun.
Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who's patient reviewed and fits their needs and schedule just right.
Go to ZocDoc.com/WWB and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours.
That's ZocDoc.com/WWB. ZocDoc.com/WWB.
Thanks, ZocDoc, for sponsoring What Women Binge.
This season has been so good. I don't care for the bell thing.
The bell. Oh, yeah.
It
was already gone by the time I was there.
Yeah.
What do they ring it? I missed the episodes.
They do it to
when they
save
use the
people,
bell.
kind of like, I guess, like the golden buzzer at America's Got Talent.
So it just saves someone. They
Yeah.
can only ring it twice or something like that?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
And my kids loved the gargoyle one that they saved. They were like, yes, gargoyle deserved it. I was like, okay. And then the other one was Medusa, I think.
Oh, yeah. I saw the Medusa episodes. Yeah.
I mean, I think she's very talented, but
She was great. Who did they unmask?
no, they haven't unmasked her yet.
Oh, so she's going to be at the
She's at
season
the final.
Who's in the finale then? It's
Medusa, gargoyle.
Is it UFO? Is UFO? in the-
UFO.
That must be it. There's only 3, right?
No, there's more. And there's like some that haven't even sang yet.
Who was the
right?
axolotl? Because I know that's like
That's
your
Alexa
favorite.
Bliss. She already went home.
Okay.
Yeah. The jackalope was my other favorite. I think they went
Okay.
home too.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember who
Well,
that was.
Mark
though.
has a big thing. Mark thinks that they should rate. They should say like before the person starts singing, like on a scale of 1 to 10, where they are in the singing. Like, have they done Broadway? Have they been musically trained? Are they a singer? Like,
So they
like
can
last
take that
season,
into
like Dixie
account.
Chicks was there. Right? No, not Dixie Chicks. Wilson Phillips was there.
Yes.
And it's like, well, Wilson Phillips is a singing, and like Chris Kirkpatrick is a singer. Like Joey Lawrence had an album out, but he's an actor. So I feel like there should be like these degrees of like
Different levels.
or like even a 1, 2, 3. 3 is like you've done Broadway or you have an album.
you are a famous singer.
You are a singer. You are known for your singing.
Yeah.
Like 2 could be like you've sang, but you like mainly either act or an athlete or whatever. And then like 1 should be like you've never really dabbled in
Performed.
singing.
Yeah.
Even though I have a gold album, I think I'd be in the 1 category because I am not a singer.
We say kind things about ourselves. And I think you can look at that and be really proud of what you did.
You know what? I had so much fun, and in that way, I am so happy I tackled a fear in a very public, could possibly be, but like, I mean, I haven't seen it just came out a few hours ago, so I don't know what the backlash of this could be. Maybe
I don't
my
think there-
career is squashed forever, but
No.
honestly, I had so much fun, and I couldn't give a crap really what anyone says because I did it so my kids could see me have some fun with something.
Or my kids, because they are going
Your
to
kids,
lose
all the kids I know,
their minds.
could have some fun with this. It was just a fun thing to do. It's just a fun thing to do. Like I didn't win anything. It's not even like Wheel of Fortune where I won money to give to charity. It was
Right.
just for the pure fun of it.
I'm so excited for you.
So I had to just accept that and let the nerves go and just accept that I always tell this to people before they do, everyone says like, you go out there and you give speeches in front of big groups for charities or award shows or whatever, like, or you get on stage or you get on, on a theater stage or in front of a camera. How do you not be nervous? And I go, you don't not be nervous.
If you're not nervous, you're not doing it
If
right.
you're not nervous, you're dead. Like you should be nervous and you use the nerves in some way.
Yeah.
So I just, I kept trying to take deep breaths right beforehand, like as they're announcing me or whatever, like as I knew I was about to go, or the clicks going in my ear, and I'm like, oh, here we go, and 3, 2, 1. I took a deep breath, and I remembered to hold the microphone, like I remembered certain things. Hold the microphone close, sing loud. Like those were my kind of things. And then just move.
Yeah.
Just move. Be free. Have fun. Because what the hell's the purpose otherwise?
To have fun.
Anyway, enough
So,
about me
Last question.
and lamp.
I love lamb.
I love lamb.
So when you interacted with the judges, did they give you any good feedback?
Jenny said, she goes, what'd she say? You are a natural singer or something. And they cut this out of the actual taping, but I said to her, respectfully disagree. Jenny, respectfully disagree. And I don't think she liked me saying that because she was kind of like, oh, well, I thought you were. I think I'm not good at taking a compliment.
Take a compliment,
I'm not good at taking
Melissa.
a compliment, especially about singing. No. But yeah, it was, and they were all really sweet and Ken's face was so funny that I don't think he thought it was me.
You really don't think he did?
I don't think he thought it was Michelle Williams, but I don't think he thought it was me.
Were you like thrown off by any of their guesses?
I liked some of them. Like I think they said Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
Did they say Alicia Silverstone?
No, it was
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yes. Who can also sing.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah, she had an album at some point. She would be like a 2 on my 3 scale. Had an album at one point, but known for her acting. They named a bunch of people. And I think they were all really good guesses, actually. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, good. Okay. So I'm not so obvious. But then at the
end,
right before they unmasked me, they were like, it's Melissa.
Well, because when you did Rocket Man, you really did sound more like your talking voice.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what gave it away.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, Venus, it was definitely a singer voice.
I think the cauldron thing kind of gave it away, too.
Well,
I think that was...
There should have been a cat.
If it wasn't me, it was like Alyssa Milano. Although they did mention someone else who was a witch in something.
Hilary Duff. They kept saying
Hilary Duff, because she had like a witch movie.
Yeah.
She played like the witch Twitches or something. I don't know. But yeah, so anyway,
so
it was fun. You guys check it out if you didn't already because, now you know everything.
Go watch it.
Or go back and watch it again. Because that could be fun.
I know. I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you, friend.
You're so amazing.
We'll have to watch what happens in the rest of the season and we'll report back. But thank you guys for being here. Remember to rate and review us and share. Tell people to check us out, subscribe, do all the things. And thanks for being here.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah.